I'm really still not seeing, as much blue as I would imagine. Um, again, we're still seeing some around the lip area here and just behind the ear, and a little bit on the near the temple here, and a little bit going on in the eye. So, you know, we know something's happening. Okay, well let's try increasing, the backward amount. Let's try and make that more pronounced. So let's go for something like, I don't know, something insane like 400%, and see if that helps. Okay, that's much better. We're starting to see what we expected, which is this blue to take effect on the model here. So at this point, I started to think, well, this is probably got something to do with the light. I know this might be obvious to some people, but maybe these controls should be called forward light color, forward light amount, backward light color, backward light amount, because that's effectively what these are. They are the light that's coming through the model in relation to the camera from either the front or the back. Now, I know we've got a light placed behind the model here, and we're still seeing some shading on the side. Well, this light's all bouncing around, and certainly around the sort of mouth area. As the light sort of bounces around and comes back at us, it's going to start coming from behind. So that was my first sort of discovery with this, was that the missing word here is light. So I thought, well let's test this out, and let's put the forward amount to 0. So effectively, if this is to do with the light, then we're saying, don't shade any of the light coming from the front. So let's see if that theory is correct. Okay, and what we end up with is a very dark looking image, which effectively to me says, well, yep, that seems to be ringing true then. This is the amount of light that the model is emitting sort of from the front, or is the model's received. And if we sort of zoom in, we can see that we do have that blue coming through, and this doesn't mean that backward light doesn't mean that the light has to be behind the model. It's just any light that's bouncing through the model, no matter where that light's coming from. So you can have a light directly at the front, but as long as that light bounces around on the inside of the model and then comes back out towards the camera, then that's where you'll start to see this backward color amount coming through. And so that was a bit of a discovery, and we can test this again as well, a bit further. One of the things I'm going to do is actually increase the amount of subsurface scattering by really punching up. Let's really punch up the distance. I thought, well, what happens if we get the backward light here, and let's change the light color from white to say green, and let's see if that helps prove the theory even more. And what we get is this. So we're not seeing a huge amount of green on this model. There's a little bit going on around the neck here where the light is sort of hitting the sort of general shading of this, but we can see that that we're still getting this blue coming through. So this must be any light that's coming from the back, as in through the model from the back, is obviously this blue colour. So that this is kind of proving that even though the light's green, we're still getting this backward colour amount. And so let me put back on the forward colour amount, and so we can see it in its entirety. Okay, and what we get is this. So we can see that the grey colour is the predominant colour, which is the forward amount. So that's any light that's received from the front, or is coming from the model from the front. And we can see the blue shading from the backward amount, and then obviously the green here we're just seeing as normal green colour. So that's obviously just the general shading, the diffuse sort of shading on the model itself. So that kind of really helped me to understand what the forward colour and backward colour amount is. It's effectively the amount, so the direction of the light as it's coming through the model. So I hope that helps those who are sort of new to the node editor and trying to figure out some of the settings. And actually, this is a great way of discovering how these work. Is turn off some of the settings and really crank up some of the other ones to try and figure out where the shading happens, and you can then better understand how it affects the render. So if I really crank this up to 600, and let's put this up to 600% on both of them, and let's do a render of that, see if we can get a real good glow of blue coming through. And then this preview here does actually give you a quick indication of where the subsurface scattering amount might actually happen. So we can see in the green here, which kind of indicates where the backlight is coming from, how much it's receiving. So yeah, I mean, even on this small preview, we can really sort of start to see the subsurface scattering effect. And just point out, these do actually render quite quickly. This is 32 seconds here. So yeah, so you can, that's effectively it. It's the light direction in relation to the model and the camera. So I hope that helps, and see you on the next one. Cheers.